You say you're not a racist, and I take you at face value. But I want to ask you about the policies and their intended or unintended consequences, because they sure as hell attract a lot of people as supporters who are avowedly racist. And I think about an exchange you had with Donald Trump on Breitbart Radio. It was very interesting. Trump said that he was in favor of high-skilled immigrants. And you said, well, wait a minute, if you're going to end up with 2/3 of Silicon Valley CEOs being from South Asia, and then you paused and you said, a country is more than an economic community.
Yes.
So basically you're saying that there are too many people like me in America, and isn't that racist?
No. Let's talk about it. Economic nationalism doesn't care about your race, your ethnicity, your religion, doesn't care about your gender, doesn't care about your religion, doesn't care about what your sexual preference is. It cares about if you're a United States citizen.
But those people are all in Silicon Valley. They are American citizens. They have
we don't know. We don't. Hang on. We don't know. We don't know.
They may look different.
No. We don't know what's come through by HB1 visas or not. What I'm saying is that we can't get this country sorted out until we've now taken the entire elementary school and made it science, technology, engineering, and math.
But you're evading that, Steve. With all due respect, what that answer implied was they'd come from the wrong culture. If they came from the right culture, if I was white and Christian,
by the way,
you might have a different reaction.
Makes absolutely no difference.
No? What do you mean by
if you're from Asia and you're here, second generation, you're an American citizen, absolutely no problem. These HB1 visas where you come here and basically to take the jobs of American citizens is just not acceptable. And that's not racist. American citizens, by the way, the central beating heart of this is that Hispanics and blacks have to get into the high value added tech jobs. We're never going to do that as long as they have unfair competition. Remember, when Sessions and I first started this back...
By the way, you're not also going to do that by gutting spending. I mean, you're celebrating the deconstruction of the administrative state, but it is all those scholarships and programs and pre-K and nutrition programs that help poor people rise up. And I don't understand why...
By the way, we just passed a $4.3 trillion budget. They didn't cut a penny. In fact, they added to all the programs. When they added to the defense programs, they added all these other programs. By the way, we didn't cut one penny out of those programs. We have by the way, it's 1.3 trillion of discretionary spending. We have $1 trillion deficits in structurally now in the future.
That's because of a $1.5 trillion tax cut to the rich.
$1.5 trillion tax cut was supposed to be, the concomitant part was supposed to be some pretty significant cuts in the budget. And by the way, the permanent political class failed to do it. When President Trump finally woke up to the fact that he had been sold a bill of goods, remember, he's saying that, hey, this will never happen again. One of the events to watch in this coming election before November 6th, September 30th is the end of this end of the appropriations year. He has already said, I'm not kicking the can down the road anymore. We're not going to have any of these CRs. And that's why you're starting to see on Capitol Hill now, people are talking about, we have to get this done before the August recess.
Okay, I got to get a few more things.
But by the way, what I'm saying is that I think that what President Trump's doing in nationalizing this, the wall is central. The wall is not just totemic. The wall is absolutely central to his program. I believe that what he's going to do is, as we come up on September 30th, if that appropriations bill does not include spending to fully build his wall, not some $1.6 billion for prototypes, I mean to build the southern wall, I believe he will shut down the government. I believe the government will actually shut down in the run-up to the election.
You've been really nice about Donald Trump in this interview, and yet he calls you sloppy Steve. He says you've lost your mind. He says you had nothing to do with his election. What's your response?
He's Donald Trump. I think he's doing a fantastic job. Look, every day is going to be different, so you gotta swing with it. I knew Trump for many years before I stepped into the campaign. Not really well.
Has he privately called you to tell you, Steve, I'm just kidding?
No, trust me, he does not do that. But look, every action he's taking, I am really happy with. I think he's got the right, with Larry Kudlow, the right guy at the NEC. I think with John Bolton,
he's a total free trader.
Well, but by the way, look what he did. The first interview that Larry Kudlow sat down with Peter Navarro. But when Larry Kudlow went on CNBC and the CNN with his first interviews, he said, "Hey, we have to be tough on China. China has treated, has cheated us." You said it in your column 2 months ago. We've got China dead to rights on this thing. They can't happy talk their way. They can't go to Davos and give some big speech about globalization and how the whole world's about free trading when they run as a mercantilist society.